Hey everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills with a pre-recorded video. I am recording this video because, as you can hear, my voice is still bad. I'm taping this on Monday. I think it's the 8th of the month, and I have been sick for almost a full month. So, I want to do something so you guys have a video, because I haven't been taping anything because you can't. I kept coughing. So we're going to see if I can get through this, but it's recorded so I can stop and cough and stuff if I need to. So first I'm going to tell you, I am using these two stamp sets, Cake Fancy for the birthday wishes, and Unbound Love for the, which one is this? May all your wishes come true, which is there. Okay, so I'm using these two stamp sets, and I am using these dies. These are called, they've been around a little while, Something Fancy dies. As far as I know, at the time of this recording, they're still available, but so much is happening now with the new catalog, things that are retiring, things that are on the last chance list. And honestly, my head's been so foggy for weeks, I feel like I have no idea what's going on in the world at all. It's like crazy town. So hopefully you'll still be able to get any of these items. All right. I have pre-cut everything so that this video can be shorter for my voice. So I have Garden Green. That is at 5.5 by 8.5, pretty typical. This is going to be the card base, and I'm going to fold it in half for you. So this is going to be my base, and then I have a piece that is, let me measure it for sure, 8 by 5.25. So this is 8 by 5.25, and it's also folded in half. And then I have some Designer Series paper. Now this is new Designer Series paper that's coming out. It's so pretty. It is called Floral Impressions. Pretty sure I showed it to you in my unboxing, so so it's there. I've also fussy cut a few pieces from it, like literally fussy cut. And then I've pre-die cut a few pieces here also. Right there, a couple of pieces, and then I have different pieces of Designer Series paper, which is just, it's so pretty, isn't it? It's really pretty. Look at how soft that is. It's so pretty. So also, this is the same color as this. It's Old Olive, and it is 3 3/4 by 5.25. 3 3/4, is that right? Yes, it is, because I cut the paper thin. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. And then I have a scrap of this same print here. So we're going to start putting the card together. I forgot to cut a piece for the inside, so hold on one second. Okay, so the white piece is 3 1/4 by 5. That's going to go on the inside of the card. So now I have all my pieces, and I'm going to put it together for you. Let me show you the first card that I did. This is probably more for a woman, and this card that we're doing today is, I'm thinking, more masculine. So you can see there's the front, and then the inside. There we go. Fun, right? It's a fun card. It's a card within a card. I know you guys have seen this idea before. I don't know if I've ever done it, but it has been done. Oh, also advertising, MemoryINKers.com. There's no more hostess code. The hostess codes actually end on the 15th, but I didn't create one for 2 weeks. Well, at this point, a week. So after that, you're going to start earning for every $20 order and above, you will earn 10% like to use on a future order. So if you spend 20, you get 2 for the next order, that kind of thing. And it doesn't matter who you order from. They'll all collectively under one email. So make sure you've gone to my website, MemoryINKers.com, set yourself up. You're all under one email, okay? If you have 2 emails, like I know some of you sometimes sign in under your spouse or something like that, that's going to mess you up. So go under one. All right. Excuse me, I'm sorry. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to open up our base card. And this is going to be the card within the card. So what I'm going to do is, you see it opens this way. I'm going to put my adhesive on what we would normally consider the back of the card, if that makes sense. So your fold is to your left if your main card is opening to the right. And then I am going to center this on here. Like so. Squish it down. And then on the inside, I am going to put this piece of basic white. And I've kept, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm not going to add anything because hold on, I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Just give me a minute here. Okay, yeah, this is going on here. Sorry, I created this card weeks ago when I thought I was getting better. This flu, you guys. So many of my friends are saying they're like me, weeks 3 and 4. They're still plugging away with this lovely, lovely flu. We all think it's influenza A. By the time I went to the doctor, I didn't have anything, which is to say I didn't test positive for anything. But she checked me for everything, including strep and pneumonia and all of that good stuff. So let's get this on here straight. I can see I have a lot of glue goobers that I'm going to need to trim off or rub out later. And then I'm just going to snip off the excess. I shouldn't have had excess on this side, but my designer series paper slid a little bit. So now I'm going to glue this to the inside. But you know what? Because I know that this is still wet and crooked. If I can fix it. If I can't, the person who gets this card will just have to survive. So anyway, I also see that it's not cut straight, so it's fatter on the bottom. Whatever. If you get this card, I kept cleaning my hands, so you don't have to worry about germs everywhere. But anyway, I'm going to leave this until that dries because I don't want it to glue this shut. Then on this piece, I am going to glue down this piece of designer series paper. For the inside. And remember, this is my attempt at a more masculine birthday card. My son's birthday is coming up, so this will probably be for him, is my guess. And then I have a sentiment to stamp. I've got this smaller sentiment, which I'm just going to put in the center right there. And I'm using Garden Green ink, that's this color, for this sentiment, which I will not stamp on the card. May all your wishes come true. There we go. And while I have my ink out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the happy birthday for the front. And you notice I'm doing this one portrait style. There we go. So now I have all my sentiments done. Sorry. If I could stop coughing, my throat would stop hurting and it would all be good. All right. So one more thing before I put these on is I'm going to take my garden green marker And I'm going to use the brush tip end. And I'm just going to outline it. You guys have seen me do this before, but in case you haven't, notice that I'm holding it sort of as an upside down V or a mountain, so that if my pen slips, I get the mark underneath the spot I'm not using, instead of this way, and I could swipe it across and mess up my front. But I am leaning it forward a little bit because that gives a little bit of color right to the front of the card that I want to see this color on. So there we go. There's that one. It's very subtle, but it's just enough to give it a little bit of definition to the mat without having the label, without having to mat the label, which I could do with that die set. I mean, they're in different sizes of the same shape, so I could have done that, but I didn't. So, okay, so now I've got that one done. All right, done with any inking of any kind. So this is going to go on flat because it is on the inside, so I don't really want to pop it up. And I'm just going to put that right in the center. Center is relative in my world. It's about center. Okay, so now for the front, I am going to, hang on, I'm going to mat this paper onto the old olive cardstock. Now on my original card, which I'll show you in just one second, I added some ribbon and a bow. But because it's for a guy, not that guys can't have ribbons and bows, I decided to leave that off of this card. So see, this one has ribbon and a bow, which would have been acceptable, but I chose not to do that on this one. And then this will get glued to the front. I'm going to do this first. Y'all know I hate when cards pop up. Now the cool thing is, because I'm adding weight to the front of this card, even though it's popping up a little, once I have all this weight on here, it's going to lay flatter. Now you can see that this is not cut with the same distance, okay? I chose to do that on purpose. I did it on this one as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I mean, things don't always have to be, like, if you look on the inside, perfectly aligned. They don't always have to be perfectly aligned. This one is not, okay? So now I want to put this onto, I'm going to set that like that. So this piece, I am going to go ahead, and I forgot, I'm not done inking because I'm going to, grab my marker again and line this piece as well with a little bit of the darkness. I want to make sure it's pretty noticeable. So I want it to be really dark. Okay, so that gives it just a little bit of an outline, just kind of to it almost makes it look like it's got a shadow to it when it won't. Look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? So pretty, but definitely not for a boy card. Definitely not. Not that boys can't be horticulturists and into flowers. Of course they can. It's just my, I don't know, my age showing, I suppose. So I've got that there in the center. Now I'm going to put this up on Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, I just had to check to see if I was still recording because brain fog. So there we go. Now the fun is going to come when I want to add these leaves to this. So I'm going to set that slightly up from center because, hold on, I'm doing the hot and cold thing, so I need to take off my jacket. All right, done with that. All right, so now I have to decide where I'm going to put stuff. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. But do I want that to hang a little lower? Okay, that's what I'm thinking of doing. So we're going to put this one on first. And I'm only going to put adhesive on this section of it because the rest will be hanging off. Let me move that over just a little bit. There we go. And then this one is going to be on the bottom piece. And notice I'm trying to line up my ends of these two pieces with the bottom of this yellow piece. Now, then this one, I'm going to put a dimensional right there, just maybe even a mini. Do I have any minis in here? I do. Yay. All right. Where was I going to put it? Right there. Okay. Put a mini dimensional on that. And then just some adhesive here. I don't want this to be straight. I could go straight, but I mean, that's kind of a little boring. So maybe I'll kind of go straight, but not completely. And I don't want to cover up the wishes. So there we go. Now, I think it needs something, probably another leaf. So hold on just a minute. Okay, so I decided to grab these adhesive backed, I think they're called textured dots, which I haven't used yet, and I think they're going away. I think. Sad. It's really sad. So I'm just going to place a couple of them on this and hope that it does what I want it to do. Mixed feelings. So I'm going to add another one there. And you got to have an uneven number. I'm going to put another one right there. There we go. Now it's got some bling, but it's manly bling, right? So here's the card within a card for you today. Again, this piece, hang on, if I can get it come up. This piece will go in here after I rub out the excess adhesive. So it'll look like that. Give you plenty of room to still write a nice sentiment. So boy version, girl version. Let me open this one up again for you. There you go. So I hope you guys liked these cards today. And hopefully, I'm hoping to be live before this airs, but I don't know. So just in case I can't, I have a video ready for you guys. Okay, bye.